Really, I just have a couple questions. Let's get into it. What up, y'all? This is I from Ask God Solar, where I like to keep solar simple. What better way to keep solar simple than to just have one box? So this came in the mail today. It took forever. Thanks, China, I suppose. This is the EB120 from Bluetti. It is a smaller version of the EB150, which oh, look at how cute. Oh, it's so cute. This it's so freaking cute. It's heavy as all get out. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. A little bit of the official spec sheet here. We got 1200 watts. That's 14.8 volts and 81 amp hours. I don't know what that 81 amp hour stuff means. I hate that they talk about batteries in amp hours, but if you live a DC life, I get that. It shows it's a 110 voltage device, not 120. That's typical. The cigarette lighter is rated at 12 volts at 9 amps. You multiply that to get your watts. The type C is, 45 watts max. Even though those little voltages on there kind of matter, because not everything uses all of those voltages. Some things are really picky and they won't charge fully. And then USB is 15 watts. So yeah, working temperature and all that, you can look that stuff up online. We won't bore you with that. Get this out of the way. You guys undoubtedly have seen the EB150, right? This is nice. Look at this. It's a little banged up. A little wiping down might help. I have a couple questions. The first is the size. I like this form factor. I'm quite impressed. This is supposed to be 1200 watt hours of battery. The EB150 is 1500 watt hours. So $7.99, man, you kind of can't beat that. I don't think I remember seeing these kind of indentations on the handle for the EB150. Pretty much the same layout. 2 outlets on the back. What the heck was that? Y'all hear that? Oh, something in here is moving. That has to be the battery, because that's a hefty shake. Jeez Louise. Is this thing DOA? My other question is going to be answered in here in the way of how fast is this AC charger going to charge this? Because one guy, I think his name's Todd Parker, he talked about the EB150 and how it used to have a 168 watt charger, and then they bumped it up to like 2 something, which is good because this thing is huge. What are you going to do with 168 watts against 1200 watts? It would take forever to charge. I'm not a charge from the wall kind of guy, but if I needed to, 168 watts. So let's just take a look. Try and show it so y'all can see it. But I'm seeing 42 volts by 5 amps. So yeah, it's about 200 something. 50 times 5 is 250. Minus 8, 5 times, that's what? What's 8 times 5? 40? I'm curious, let's plug this thing up, because that battery jiggling around in here has me concerned. Long Mt4 cable. I love that. It's Mt4 to 8mm. I have one of these with the EB70. I don't know if it's as long, but it does look it. I'm happy to have another cable. All right, I'm going to get this together and plug it up. We're going to see what's happening. I'm going to actually put it on the watt meter too. Oh, let's power it on and see what kind of state it came in. So it's about 80%. That's cool. So that question is answered. We'll plug it up to see how many watts it actually pulls, which is going to be kind of hard at 80%, but we'll see anyway. The dude, Todd, he also noticed that this one was not rated at 12.3, but it's rated higher at like 12.6. And same whack USB ports, kind of half powerful 45 watt max. This was good back in its day, I suppose, but yeah. It ain't all it's cracked up to be now, but it's gonna be down in my basement just being my workhorse for AC. So I don't care if the party don't stop, right? As you may have heard in a previous clip, this is one of those all night long power stations, which means it doesn't turn off. Well, the fan doesn't turn off. So, what are you gonna do? It's just like the EB70. I'm not surprised. I think it pulls about 3-4 watts. No load on it. So if you keep it plugged in, it's gonna burn 4 watts all day. Turn up. 207, 208. Screen's a little hard to see when you're not directly up on it. I mean, like from the top, it's hard to see. We got 209. I respect that. It's better than 168. I almost like anything is better than 168. Let's see what the kilowatt is showing us. I can't find my freaking Polonus one or whatever. It's showing 234, 232. And that's typical. You typically have to pull more power from the outlet to go into the battery, the conversion or whatever, you lose some. So 200 watts against 12, that's 6 hours of charge time. I dig it. Something that's important to me is that I typically, when I get my devices, I divide the full watt hours by 5 so that I get my, what 20% means to me. Let me do that real quick. So each 20% interval is a representation of 240 watt hours. You need to have 240 watts coming into this device to charge it up in about 5 hours, which should be relatively straightforward to do with 2 190 watt HQST panels. I'm looking forward to hooking those up. They will be hooked up in series. I did a video on how to connect panels in series in parallel. You can watch that video if you like. I'm not going to hook it up to solar today because, you know, it looks like that outside. It's not a really good solar day, and also my second panel hasn't come yet. Actually, I have 2 panels coming, and one I think is on the way. The other one, they don't have the stock. I reached out to HQST because I had the whole debacle with my last 190 watt panel. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, I ordered 2 of these panels. I just wanted to reach out to y'all because y'all played me last time. And they was like, yeah, we got them. The downside is we don't have them in stock. So one's on the way, and I guess one is gonna ship when it's available. Do you guys have any questions for me? Let me know.